SMT Nation, we back. Nation, this article from Monica Alvin, Fierce Wireless, is so good. I definitely want you guys to read it. I'll be linking this article for you in the description. I'm going to just take a look at a couple of talking points, offer my commentary on some of the disclosures from Roger Etner, friend of the show, Recon Analytics founder and operator, as well as Bill Ho, who is also within the telco industry, a trusted name and pretty well known. I just want to take a look at a couple of things with respect to some of that commentary. All right, so link in the description. Also in the description is the SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. If you want to support your creators directly, that's one way to do it. You can also look to Mint Mobile as a great deal in wireless service and use our partner link. Get a great value, get a great deal, and you'll be helping out the channel. They just upgraded their plans. You're getting more data and not having to pay more money, which is great. So check them out, partner link in the description. All right, now the one thing I wanted to talk about here. The title says, T-Mobile's Uncarrier Party Still Going. Analysts say. Okay, so I want to make sure that we understand what they're saying here. Analysts believe that T-Mobile still has this Uncarrier branding working for them. All right, now, one could argue we really haven't seen much of Uncarrier moves in a long time. One could argue that the Uncarrier left with John Legere when he finished his tenure as the CEO of T-Mobile, and then Mike Sievert, took over. Around 3 years ago during the time of the Sprint and T-Mobile merger. All right, now the thing about Uncarrier is the Uncarrier name came at a time where T-Mobile was basically doing one thing, which is the thing that AT&T and Verizon wouldn't do, which is do consumer-friendly things. And the Uncarrier played out in like several different moves, tax and fees, Netflix on us, binge on us, all those different things. I mean, there were several things, right? But it was things that T-Mobile was willing to do to disrupt that Verizon would never do and AT&T would never do. I said this many times before. That was John Legere's success. All he did was do things unconventionally, buck the trends that the industry was doing. Verizon wouldn't do it. AT&T wouldn't do it, so he would. That is what the Uncarrier is. They can call it consumer pain points. They can call it whatever they want. At the basic fundamental crux of it, that's what Uncarrier is. Now, what does Verizon and AT&T like to do? They like to raise pricing on legacy plans. They like to add administrative fees. They like to add economic adjustment fees. That's what they like to do. T-Mobile's not doing that. Has T-Mobile raised fees? They have. Right, with their activation fees and all those things. They have, but they do it really subtly. And they do it, kind of following something good, right? So they still have the way of conveying the one most important thing is that they are different from Verizon and AT&T, and they most definitely are. Now, the one thing that's in here, and this is from, I think, Roger Etner and his research and surveys, all right, 2/3 of Verizon customers are with them for more than 5 years. That is a really sticky consumer base. T-Mobile, on the other hand, 39% of T-Mobile customers have been with them for more than 5 years. So, it's very different. It's like half compared to Verizon. The Verizon customer is loyal to the brand, loyal to the company, loyal to the network, the perception, right? And then T-Mobile's like more of a fighter in the switcher pool. They do have loyal customers, but clearly a lot less than what Verizon has. The Verizon customer is sticky and resilient. The T-Mobile customer seems a little bit more transient and willing to transfer and move. All right, now, when you think about like what T-Mobile is doing here, why is T-Mobile so successful in the switcher pool? Why are they so successful in translating to these people that are shopping around? It's the price point. It's the value proposition. They give you more for less money. Or they give you a lot more for the same amount of money that you would be spending at AT&T or Verizon, especially Verizon. And they've always shot at Verizon, right? That's always been the goal. Verizon's the name in wireless. They're the huge carrier. They've got the most customers, right? So they've always punched up, right? They're not going to punch to the side, they're, and stuff like that. And they already passed AT&T and Total Wireless connections, postpaid connections, right? So this is what they mean by the uncarrier party still is going. It's not that the uncarrier moves are still happening. They're really not. I mean, the international travel thing was kind of nice, and then they backed it up with the suitcase, right? Remember the pink suitcase? All that's cool, right? But what's been innovative? What's been truly innovative in the space from T-Mobile as an uncarrier event? Probably the fixed wireless access, right? The 5G home internet. They're totally disrupting cable. I mean, they kicked cable's ass last year. 2022 is a year we'll never forget. Cable got punched in the mouth, and they responded. Now they're doing all this convergence bundling with, mobile network service and also bundling that with the home service. But folks, when it comes to like the last few years, with the exception of fixed wireless access, there really hasn't been too much for the uncarrier. It is still, to this day, the most important factor, and it is how T-Mobile, butters their bread, is pricing. They are still the most attractive deal to the value-conscious customer. The bottom line is your cheapest line cost, the most amount of lines for the least amount of money. It will always be at T-Mobile. That is what they will hang their head on. They're giving you a great price. They're going to give you a great value. They're going to give you things that you normally wouldn't get from the other carriers for that cost. So they can call it whatever they want on carrier, whatever. The truth is, it's price. And that's how T-Mobile wins the customer. All right, what do you guys have to say about this? What do you think? Comments are welcome in the comment section on my commentary in this video. Love to hear what you guys have to say on this. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.